Welcome, learners, to another deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating figure whose name, well, it echoes across continents and whose skill has captivated billions.
Yeah.
We're diving far beyond the highlight reels to explore the incredible journey of Lionel Messi, a name that's pretty much synonymous with football greatness.
And you're right. This isn't just about the dazzling goals or the staggering trophy haul. Our deep dive today draws from a rich tapestry of sources, biographical accounts, detailed career chronologies, insightful interviews, and even some, investigative reports.
From places like Wikipedia, Transfermarkt.
Exactly, and various journalistic outlets. They really allow us to stitch together a comprehensive sort of nuanced picture of his life.
Okay, so our mission today is to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and, frankly, some surprising insights from all this material. By the end of this deep dive, you'll walk away with a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed about the atomic flea, understanding not just what he achieved, but the profound context, the personal challenges, and maybe even the quiet, transformative moments that truly shaped his legendary career.
Absolutely. Where do we start?
So let's unpack this journey from the very beginning, starting with his early foundations. Messi was born June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Santa Fe Province, Argentina.
Right.
He grew up in a very tight-knit, football-living family with his father, Jorge, a steel factory manager, and his mother, Celia, who worked in magnet manufacturing. He also had two older brothers and a younger sister.
And his passion for football, you can tell it started incredibly early. He joined a local club called Grandoli at just 4 years old, coached by his own father.
Wow, 4.
Yeah. But what's truly fascinating here, and maybe often overlooked, is the profound early influence of his maternal grandmother, also named Celia. She was the one who accompanied him to, every single training session and match.
That's dedication.
It really is. Her passing before his 11th birthday wasn't just a personal tragedy. It became this deep, lifelong motivation. To this day, as a devout Catholic, he celebrates his goals by looking up and pointing to the sky.
You see it all the time.
A very public and poignant tribute to her. This early, profound loss perhaps instilled in him that quiet resolve and, inner drive we see on the pitch.
It sounds like even from a very young age, there were deeply personal motivations shaping his path.
Yeah.
But he also faced a significant physical hurdle, didn't he? What was the biggest challenge there, and how did it almost derail his career before it even, began?
Absolutely a major turning point. At age 10, he was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. This was a serious, costly hurdle.
Right.
He began therapy at age 11, costing about 1,000 pesos per month, which was a lot then. His boyhood club, Newell's Old Boys, initially agreed to contribute, but later, unfortunately, they kind of reneged on that promise.
Wow.
There was even interest from River Plate, a big Buenos Aires club, whose playmaker Pablo Aimar Messi idolized. Yeah, and they actually offered to pay for his medical treatment. But Newell's, controversially, refused to release his player card.
No way.
Yeah, which prevented that transfer from happening. Imagine the frustration for a young talent facing that kind of administrative block.
Talk about a crossroads.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that situation led him to Barcelona, a decision that would, redefine football history. He moved to Spain and joined their world-famous youth academy, La Masia, at 13.
Yes, and after about a year at the academy, he was finally enrolled in the Royal Spanish Football Federation in February 2002. That was crucial because it allowed him to play in all official competitions.
Okay.
He quickly befriended future Barcelona and Spain teammates like Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué, showing he could integrate quickly, even in a new country, new culture. He completed his growth hormone therapy at 14.
So the treatment worked out.
It did. And then he truly became integral to what was dubbed the Baby Dream Team, which many considered Barcelona's greatest ever youth side.
And here's where it gets really interesting. During his first full season in 2002-03, he was the top scorer with an astounding 36 goals in 30 games for the Cadetes A.
Incredible numbers for a kid.
Helping them win an unprecedented treble. That's winning their domestic league, their main domestic cup, and their regional cup, all in one season. There's this famous story from the Copa Catalunya final, a 4-1 victory over Espanyol, known as the Partido de la Máscara, or Final of the Mask.
Ah, yes, the mask game.
A week after breaking his cheekbone, he started the game wearing a plastic protector, but apparently it was hindering him, so he just took it off.
Just ripped it off.
Yeah, and scored 2 goals in 10 minutes before being substituted.
What does a moment like that tell us about his mentality, even as a teenager?
It speaks volumes, doesn't it, about his courage and just singular focus. He wasn't going to let a physical discomfort stop him from making an impact. He
Oh,
certainly made his mark.
clearly.
And despite receiving an offer to join Arsenal at the close of that season, unlike Fabregas and Piqué, who actually left for England, right, they went to the Premier League.
Messi chose to remain at Barcelona. That foundational decision, of course, would define the next 2 decades of his club career.
Speaking of his club career, his dominance really began to take shape after his first team debut, October 16, 2004. He signed his first professional contract until 2014 when he was just 18,
So young.
which clearly showed how early Barcelona recognized his immense, almost generational talent.
What's fascinating here is that despite early successes, he actually regretted missing Barcelona's 2006 Champions League final celebrations due to injury.
Really?
Yeah. This wasn't just about missing a party. It highlighted his deep desire to be a contributing factor on the pitch, not just a spectator. It's a subtle insight into his competitive drive, you know?
That makes sense. That brings us to the pivotal Guardiola era, starting in 2008. Under manager Pep Guardiola, his overall input into the team's attack just exploded.
Oh, massively.
He started playing in that revolutionary false nine role. For those maybe not deep into football tactics, this essentially means he was positioned as a center forward, but would unexpectedly drop deep into midfield.
Pulling defenders out.
Exactly. Pulling defenders out of position and creating vast spaces for other attackers or himself to exploit. This tactical innovation completely redefined his impact.
This tactical shift was truly instrumental and something few players could execute, really. He contributed to a staggering 24% of the team's goals during this period.
24%.
Yeah. That season, Barcelona secured their first treble, winning the Copa del Rey, La Liga, and the Champions League, with Messi scoring a crucial goal, that header, in the Champions League final against Manchester United.
I remember that header. It was complete mastery of European and domestic football, and from there, it was a period of absolute individual dominance. He won his first Ballon d'Or, that coveted golden ball signifying the world's best footballer, in 2009.
Kicking off that incredible run.
Kicking off an unprecedented run of 4 consecutive wins until 2012.
4 in a row. By the end of the 2012-13 season, his contribution to the team's goals had risen to over 40%.
Over 40%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This gave significant credence to the notion of Messi-dependencia, a term that highlighted Barcelona's perceived tactical and psychological dependence on their star player.
Right, the dependence on Messi.
This wasn't just a testament to his brilliance, but also arguably a strategic vulnerability, as we saw in the 2013 Champions League semifinal against Bayern Munich.
Oh, that Bayern game.
Exactly. An unfit Messi was ineffective in the first leg and absent in the second, leading to a catastrophic 7-0 aggregate defeat. Gerard Piqué famously stated, in Leo, we are talking about the best player in the world, and when things are not going well, you have to use him. Even if he is half lame, his presence on the pitch is enough to lift us and our play in general.
That quote really says it all, doesn't it? Even half fit, his presence was vital.
It really underscored that even the greatest player needed a fully functioning system around him.
So Barcelona was almost too dependent on him at that point. To offset some of that immense load and add more firepower, they signed Brazilian forward Neymar before the 2013-14 season.
Big signing.
And then Luis Suarez in 2014. This created what would become the legendary MSN trio.
And here's a cool, sort of ironic detail. Messi actually returned to his old position on the right wing. Apparently, it was a suggestion credited to Suarez.
Oh, interesting.
Which helped him regain his absolute best form. The attacking trident of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, dubbed MSN, scored a Spanish record 122 goals in all competitions in the 2014-15 season,
122 goals.
securing Barcelona's second treble. Then they broke their own record the following season, scoring an astonishing 131 goals in 2015-16.
Just unbelievable firepower.
And Messi, of course, won his 5th Ballon d'Or in January 2016. It was an offensive juggernaut.
The individual accolades just kept piling up even in his later Barcelona years. He continued to amass individual awards, including his 4th Golden Boot in 2016-17 and a record 5th in 2017-18. In 2018-19, he even assumed Barcelona's captaincy, leading them to their 10th La Liga title, and won a record 6th Ballon d'Or in 2019.
Despite all this continued success and his deep connection to the club, his desire to leave Barcelona became public in August 2020.
That was a huge shockwave.
It was a seismic event in football. Ultimately, his contract officially expired in July 2021, and due to complex financial regulations, La Liga's rules, basically he was unable to re-sign.
Right, the financial fair play issue.
Exactly. This led to his tearful departure in August 2021, a moment that truly shocked the football world and marked the end of an era. Just unbelievable scenes.
From Barcelona, he moved to Paris Saint-Germain, signing a 2-year contract in August 2021. He quickly won his 7th Ballon d'Or that year, but it seems his first season in Paris was more of an adjustment period, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It took some time to adapt. New league, different team dynamic, less familiar environment.
Right.
But he truly returned to his preferred free attacking role in 2022-23 under new coach Christophe Galtier. Forming another formidable attacking trident with Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, it showed that even a player of his caliber sometimes needs time to find his stride. And maybe the right system.
And with PSG, he secured 2 Ligue 1 titles and the Trophée des Champions. But then came another seismic shift, perhaps the biggest for football in North America, his move to Inter Miami.
This was truly a game changer. On July 15th, 2023, he announced his signing with Inter Miami CF on a 2.5-year contract.
And the reaction was immediate.
Oh, yeah. His arrival immediately sparked what was quickly dubbed Messimania across the U.S., significantly raising the profile of Major League Soccer like overnight. Ticket sales soared, his number 10 jersey became an instant bestseller, just shows his incredible market impact.
And he didn't just come for the fanfare. He made an immediate, almost Hollywood-esque impact, scoring that free kick winner in stoppage time on his debut against Cruz Azul.
Like something out of a movie, really.
He then led Inter Miami to their first ever trophy, the 2023 Leagues Cup, where he was named both the best player and the top scorer with 10 goals.
10 goals in that tournament.
He even scored on his MLS debut against the New York Red Bulls, ending Miami's 11-match league winless streak. What an immediate statement.
It's incredible to see the immediate effect he had on a team that was, let's be honest, struggling. In October 2023, he was awarded a record-extending 8th Ballon d'Or. That's 3 more than any other player.
8. Just amazing.
And beyond the pitch, he was also named Time Athlete of the Year, becoming the first footballer to receive this prestigious mainstream honor. Shows his impact truly transcends the sport.
Definitely.
In the 2024 season, he continued to break MLS records with 5 assists in a single game and an astonishing 6 goal contributions in another game against the New York Red Bulls.
6 goal contributions.
Yeah, showcasing that even at this stage of his career, he's not just a big name, but still a dominant force.
And he topped that off by scoring a brace in October 2024 to secure the Supporters' Shield for Inter Miami. That's for finishing top of the regular season standings in MLS. This marked his 46th career trophy.
46th? The numbers are just staggering.
He finished the 2024 regular season with 20 goals and 16 assists in 19 matches, becoming Inter Miami's all-time top goal scorer, and was even named the MLS Most Valuable Player for the 2024 season. Just remarkable consistency.
It's clear he's still performing at an elite level, even into 2025. In February 2025, he scored in the coldest match of his entire career, with a minus 11 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill.
Minus 11. In Miami gear.
Well, maybe not Miami then, but yeah, shows he can adapt to anything. By May 2025, he had scored his 67th career free kick goal, making him the outright 3rd highest free kick scorer.
To his international career, which has been just as dramatic as his club journey, perhaps even more so with its unique heartbreaks and, well, ultimate triumphs.
Definitely a roller coaster.
He represented Argentina at youth level, famously winning the 2005 FIFA World Youth Championship, where he received both the Golden Ball and Golden Boot awards. He then made his senior national team debut in 2005.
What's interesting is that despite Barcelona's initial reluctance to release him for the Olympics, he went on to win the gold medal at the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics with the Argentina U-23 team.
Ah, the Olympic gold.
Yeah, and his then manager, Pep Guardiola, actually supported his decision to play, which speaks volumes about the understanding and respect between them. Even then, it was a significant early international honor for him.
Despite that early Olympic success, assuming the captaincy of the Argentina squad in 2011 was followed by a period of immense, agonizing frustration.
Oh, the finals.
As he led Argentina to 3 consecutive major finals, all of which they agonizingly lost. Imagine the pressure and the heartbreak.
It was a defining period of his international career, absolutely filled with near misses. The first was the 2014 FIFA World Cup final, where they lost to Germany in extra time.
Heartbreaking.
Despite the loss, Messi was awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player, with 4 goals and 1 assist, a very bittersweet individual honor, you'd imagine. Then came the 2015 Copa America, where they lost to Chile on penalties in the final. He reportedly even rejected the Golden Ball award for that tournament,
Wow, really?
a clear sign of his deep disappointment.
The heartache continued with the 2016 Copa America Centenario, another penalty shootout loss to Chile in the final. This one hit particularly hard, didn't it?
It did. It led Messi to announce his international retirement shortly after that defeat. For a moment, it seemed like his dream of a senior international trophy would never ever materialize.
It felt final at the time.
What's truly remarkable, though, is that after initially announcing retirement, the outpouring of support from Argentina, and maybe his own deep desire, led him to return to the national team.
A huge decision.
He then helped them narrowly qualify for the 2018 World Cup, showing immense resilience and commitment. This decision, to face the criticism and disappointment again, truly paid off in the long run.
It certainly did. The defining moment, the one that truly changed the narrative for Messi with Argentina, came in the 2021 Copa America. He finally ended Argentina's 28-year trophy drought,
Finally.
marking their first international tournament win since 1993. He was named player of the tournament, scoring 4 goals and assisting 5, directly involved in 9 of Argentina's 12 goals.
Incredible contribution.
He also became Argentina's most capped player during this tournament. You could just feel the relief and joy across an entire nation.
This was followed by another international trophy in the 2022 Finalissima, where he captained Argentina to a decisive victory against UEFA Euro 2020 champions Italy. He was named player of the match with 2 assists. It was a strong indication of their growing momentum and belief as a team.
Building towards something.
Exactly.
But the ultimate glory, the trophy that had eluded him for so long, arrived with the 2022 FIFA World Cup. He led Argentina to their first World Cup victory in 36 years, scoring twice in the final against France.
What a final.
What many consider one of the greatest finals of all time. He won the Golden Ball for the second time, becoming the first player ever to do so.
First ever.
Amazing. His appearance in the final also set new records for most appearances, with 26, and direct goal contributions with 21 at the World Cup. At the time, he stated it would be his final World Cup appearance, going out on the absolute highest note possible.
And yet he continued to defy expectations and add to his legend. In 2024, he won his 3rd major international title, marking Argentina's 16th Copa America triumph.
Another one.
Yep. He broke the tournament record for most matches played with 35 and became the outright second highest international goal scorer with 109 goals. He equaled Brazil's Zizinho for scoring in the most Copa America tournaments, 6 editions, and became the first player to score against 10 different opponents in the competition's history.
Just racking up records.
His semifinal win also marked his 24th Copa America victory, surpassing Zizinho's previous record. It just shows his insatiable appetite for winning, doesn't it?
It really does. Now let's talk about his unique player profile and tactical evolution, because this is where we really understand how he did what he did. He's famously dubbed La Pulga Atomica, the atomic flea, by Spanish media. What is it about his physical attributes that makes him so difficult to play against?
It's largely due to his short stature and low center of gravity that grants him exceptional agility and this, uncanny ability to evade tackles.
He just seems to glide past players.
Exactly. And despite his physical size, he possesses significant upper body strength, which, combined with his natural balance, aids him in withstanding physical challenges. This has led to his noted lack of diving.
Yeah, you don't see him go down easily.
Which is quite unusual in modern football. His short, strong legs allow for rapid acceleration and phenomenal control of the ball while dribbling at speed.
His former Barcelona manager, Pep Guardiola, famously said, "Messi's the only player that runs faster with the ball than he does without it." That's an incredible quality to have.
It really is. Predominantly left-footed, he uses the outside of his foot for his signature, mesmerizing dribbling runs, and the inside for his precise finishing, incisive passes, and clever assists.
He's known as a prolific goalscorer, obviously, praised for his finishing, instinctive positioning, quick reactions, and intelligent attacking runs. But beyond scoring, he functions as a truly world-class playmaker.
Absolutely. Due to his vision and incredible range of passing, often described as a magician or conjurer on the field because of the unexpected ways he creates chances.
Like seeing passes nobody else sees.
Precisely. He's also an incredibly accurate free kick and penalty kick taker, and he has a particular penchant for scoring from chips over the goalkeeper. His dribbling abilities are legendary. Diego Maradona himself said, the ball stays glued to his foot. I've seen great players in my career, but I've never seen anyone with Messi's ball control.
High praise from Maradona.
The highest. Beyond these individual skills, what's maybe sometimes overlooked is that he's a well-rounded, hard-working team player, known for his creative combinations, especially with former Barcelona midfielders Xavi and Andres Iniesta.
That Barca midfield connection was special.
Almost telepathic, really.
Shifting to his tactical positioning, he plays in a free attacking role, capable of attacking from either wing or through the center. His favored childhood position was the playmaker behind two strikers, known as the enganche in Argentine football.
Right, the classic number 10.
He actually began his career in Spain as a left winger, but was later moved to the right wing by manager Frank Rijkaard. That allowed him to cut inside and curl shots with his dominant left foot, a signature move we've seen countless times.
Under Guardiola, he most often played as that false nine we discussed earlier, dropping deep to draw defenders and create space. As his career advanced, though, he began dictating play from even deeper areas and developed into one of football's best passers and playmakers.
So he evolved.
Yeah, interestingly, his work rate off the ball decreased strategically. He conserved energy for those short, explosive bursts, which paradoxically improved his overall efficiency and positional play.
That strategic change also helped him avoid muscular injuries through a stricter diet, training, and sleep schedule. It shows a real evolution in how he managed his body and his game over time.
Definitely. With the Argentina national team, he has shown similar versatility, playing across the front line, right wing, false nine, out-and-out striker, supporting forward, or a deeper creative number 10, adapting to whatever the team needed, just incredibly adaptable.
Moving to his public image, Messi is widely regarded as one of the two best players of his generation, alongside Cristiano Ronaldo,
The eternal debate.
and is considered by many, if not most, to be one of the greatest footballers in history. The GOAT debate always includes him.
He was recognized as a prodigious talent even before age 20. Ronaldinho famously said in 2005, when asked about being the best at Barca, "I'm not even the best at Barca," referring to the then 18-year-old Messi.
Incredible quote from Ronaldinho.
His first Ballon d'Or in 2009, won by a record margin, truly sparked widespread debate about his status as one of the greatest ever, a discussion that has only intensified since then.
And his victories in the 2021 Copa America and 2022 FIFA World Cup, completing his collection of top-tier club and country trophies, certainly cemented his legacy for many pundits, didn't it? Kind of closed that final chapter on any remaining doubts.
For many, yes. It answered the last big question mark for Argentina.
A huge part of that discussion has always been the Messi-Ronaldo rivalry. They are constantly compared and contrasted, a perceived career rival, and their competition is often likened to iconic sports rivalries like Ali Frazier or Federer-Nadal. What are the core arguments pundits often make when comparing the two?
While pundits frequently debate their individual merits, Messi is lauded for his dribbling, playmaking, passing, and goal scoring, often seen as the more, artistic, spontaneous player.
The natural genius type.
Sort of. While Ronaldo is praised for his speed, athleticism, sheer goal-scoring prowess, and performance under pressure, often seen as the ultimate physical specimen and finisher.
The dedicated machine.
Exactly. Their contrasting physiques, Ronaldo's muscular 1.87-meter versus Messi's smaller stature and personalities, Ronaldo's outward self-confidence and theatrics versus Messi's quieter, more humble demeanor, also fueled this long-standing debate.
And if you're keeping score on individual accolades, Messi holds more. 8 Ballons d'Or to Ronaldo's 5.
8-5.
8 FIFA World's Best Player Awards to Ronaldo's 5, and 6 European Golden Shoes to Ronaldo's 4. The most intense competitive matchups occurred during the El Clasico rivalry between 2009 and 2018 when Ronaldo played for Real Madrid, giving us countless memorable moments.
Those are epic battles. Interestingly, Messi himself publicly stated, "I miss Cristiano." Although it was a bit difficult to see him win trophies, he gave La Liga prestige.
That's quite classy.
It is. Many football critics believe Messi's 2022 World Cup win largely settled the debate for good, with Ronaldo himself declaring their rivalry over and gone in 2023 after 15 years of intense competition.
Beyond Ronaldo, Messi has consistently been compared to his compatriot Diego Maradona due to their similar short stature, left-footed playmaking styles, and shared Argentine origin. The new Maradona tag followed him for years.
It did, and Maradona himself, back in February 2006, hailed the 18-year-old Messi as his successor and the best player in the world, later personally giving him Argentina's iconic number 10 shirt, the one Maradona famously wore.
A symbolic passing of the torch.
Very much so. Football journalist Tim Vickery noted a fascinating shift in Messi's perception among Argentines from around 2019, as Messi consciously became more one of the group, more Argentine, becoming more vocal, and even singing the national anthem with passion, which he hadn't really done much before.
That's interesting. He seemed to embrace that leadership role more overtly.
Yes. After the 2022 World Cup win, many felt Messi would finally be held in the same esteem as Maradona by his compatriots, with some even noting a kind of Maradonian edge to his performances during the tournament.
A bit more fight, maybe?
Perhaps. Messi himself remarked that the World Cup victory won over all the people of Argentina. Today, 95% or 100% of Argentines love me, and that's a beautiful feeling, a clear indication of how important that connection was to him.
Beyond the pitch, Messi's commitment to giving back is remarkable. Let's talk about his philanthropy.
Yeah. Through his Leo Messi Foundation, he's not just donating money, he's actively shaping lives, supporting health, education, and sports initiatives for children globally. This includes financially supporting Sarmiento, a football club in his native Rosario,
Back to his roots.
and funding the management of youth players at several Argentine clubs like Newell's Old Boys, Rosario Central, River Plate, and Boca Juniors. It shows a deep, tangible connection to his roots and the next generation.
He also donated $65,000 from a libel case win in 2016 to Médecins Sans Frontières, and during the initial terrifying phase of the COVID-19 pandemic, he made a $1 million donation, split between Clinic Barcelona and Argentina.
A huge sum.
He even took a substantial 70% salary cut at FC Barcelona during the pandemic to ensure all club employees received their full salaries, a significant personal sacrifice to protect others.
What's more, in 2016, he personally paid the salaries of 3 Argentine national team security staff who hadn't been paid for 6 months due to the Argentine Football Association's economic crisis.
Wow, just paid them himself.
Yeah, that's a direct, hands-on example of his compassion. And in February 2021, he donated the Adidas shoes he wore when scoring his 644th goal for Barcelona, breaking Pele's record to a museum. They were later auctioned for £125,000 for children with cancer. It's a consistent, active pattern of philanthropy that maybe often goes under the radar.
That's quite a record of giving back. And in January 2025, he was presented with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award of the United States, by President Joe Biden, specifically for his contributions to healthcare and education programs for children worldwide. It highlights how his impact extends far beyond the realm of sports.
Definitely global recognition. Shifting to his personal life, despite his immense fame, Messi describes his life at home as very normal. He aims to be a normal dad, a normal husband, like anybody else.
Hard to imagine given the spotlight.
It must be. He married his childhood sweetheart, Antonella Roccuzzo, on June 30, 2017, in their hometown of Rosario. They have 3 sons, Tiago, Mateo, and Ciro.
He emphasizes that, "I love football and I live for it, but family is above all." He maintains strong ties to Rosario, his hometown, preserving his distinct accent and owning properties there. He's even been known to make long trips just to have dinner with his family during national team training,
Shows his priorities.
showing how deeply he values those connections. Interestingly, his professional affairs are largely a family business, with his father as agent and siblings involved in his schedule, publicity, and foundation management. He also holds triple citizenship: Argentina, Italy, and Spain.
Now, while his personal life seems quite grounded, we should probably touch on some of the more contentious moments that have shaped his public image.
Right, specifically the controversies surrounding his financial affairs.
Exactly. In 2013, his financial affairs became a major public controversy, with investigations into alleged tax evasion. This involved $4.1 million in taxes on sponsorship earnings between 2007 and 2009, allegedly using offshore companies in places like Uruguay and Belize.
An unrelated shell company in Panama, set up in 2012, was also later identified as belonging to the Messis in the Panama Papers data leak.
Right. He pleaded ignorance of the scheme and voluntarily paid $5.1 million in arrears in August 2013. However, on July 6, 2016, Messi and his brother were found guilty of tax fraud.
Guilty verdict.
Yes, receiving suspended 21-month prison sentences and significant fines, $1.7 million for Messi and $1.4 million for his father. He famously stated, "I just played football. I signed the contracts because I trusted my dad and the lawyers, and we had decided that they would take charge of those things."
Placing the blame elsewhere, essentially. This wasn't just a legal battle. It was a PR storm that deeply tested his image.
Absolutely. And Football Leaks reports later indicated that FC Barcelona effectively settled Messi's tax bill, which sparked further debate.
How did that work?
Well, in October 2016, Barcelona granted Messi a 12 million loan, and then in 2017-18 agreed to an exceptional bonus of 23.1 million, which was around 12 million net, effectively covering that loan amount.
Oh, okay.
The tax agency also considered that donations from Barcelona to the Leo Messi Foundation, if contractually linked to Messi's employment, should have been taxed as his income first, rather than being paid directly to the foundation tax exempt.
Right, a tricky point. Following the tax audit, Barcelona suspended payments to the foundation in 2016 and resumed them only after Messi settled his tax situation, now considering the donations as salaries and paying corresponding taxes. They also added strict clauses to ensure funds are used for direct child assistance and reserve the right to supervise the foundation's finances. So, more oversight. This situation sparked significant public debate, with some critics labeling him a greedy criminal, while others argued it was a common, if problematic, practice among wealthy individuals or athletes in that era.
It certainly highlighted the complexities and often the pitfalls that come with immense wealth and fame. Definitely split opinions, really.
What a journey, though. From a young boy in Rosario overcoming a growth deficiency to becoming this global phenomenon, winning everything there is to win in football, and even receiving the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom.
It truly highlights the blend of innate, maybe once-in-a-generation talent, relentless dedication, and that remarkable tactical evolution that defined his playing style.
Yeah.
Coupled with a fiercely private family life and a significant commitment to philanthropy, even amidst the intense scrutiny of his financial affairs.
His impact stretches far beyond the pitch, influencing culture, inspiring millions, and even sparking Messamania in entirely new markets.
Yeah.
So as you reflect on this deep dive into Lionel Messi's extraordinary life and career, consider this. After achieving every top-tier trophy for both club and country, how might Messi's oft-stated plan to one day return to his boyhood club, Newell's Old Boys, redefine what it means for a legendary athlete to truly close the final chapter of their professional story, beyond just titles and accolades? Something to think about.